is a US horror series based on the same-named Wes Craven hit from 1996. For the first movies before 2023, see the same-named retrospective. In the sequel, this time without Neve Campbell, the survivors from the last part, the two sisters and the twins, move from Woodsboro to New York, only to be confronted again with a series of murders by a new Ghostface killer. In Ghostface Takes Manhattan, there are again the usual nonsensical alleged horror rules pulled completely out of the ass by the alleged horror expert wannabe, to which no one adheres anyway. Gail is once again attacked for her last book. Her character practically evolves back to Scream 2. Main characters get stabbed several times and survive because script. Ghostface runs amok with a gun because we haven't had that yet, I guess. And the resolution with the usual 2/3, but strictly speaking with the one at the beginning 4 killers after 2 hours, which felt like 4, unbearable dialogue and made up drama, then makes as usual not even for 2 seconds sense. It made its $35 million budget worldwide more than 4 times back. Very similar to Part 5, also by Matt Bettinelli and Tyler Gillette, which costs $24 million and grossed more than 5 times that amount. And parts 5 and 6 are still Citizen Kane and high art compared to the deadly boring sequel from 2026, which practically ignores the new trilogy the 2 predecessors have set up, because its lead, Melissa Barrera, and in solidarity with her, Jenna Ortega, also the directors, are no longer involved. Since in 2023, she, like any normal person, spoke out in an Instagram comment against the still ongoing, by the way, genocide in Gaza and the one-sided reporting on it, in which the Zionist occupiers, with massive financial and military support primarily from the US and their colony Germany Inc., through ethnic cleansing, is systematically exterminating Palestinians, mainly women and children. So far, officially in 2 years, well over 70,000 dead, millions displaced and injured, as has been the case since 1948, but technically even earlier, to illegally steal their land. Anyone who brings that up, the Zionist ownership of all media and banks, or currently Epstein and Rothschild's pedo activities, which are also closely linked to the ungodly apartheid state, is of course a tinfoil hat, anti-whatsoever, or directly a Nazi, whatever label suits. In Scream 7, Sydney, a return of Neve Campbell, now married to a deputy, apparently receives a message from Deepfake Stu, one of the 2 dead killers from the first movie, announcing his intention to kill her daughter, coincidentally at 17, the same age as Sydney in the original Scream. also named after Tatum, a victim from that movie. She's even wearing her mother's jacket from back then. And her new boyfriend also, just like in Scream, sneaks through her window. Reporter Gail Weathers, who later teams up with Sydney, and her two assistants, the surviving siblings from Part 6, report on the new murders. And the since Part 5 supposed horror movie expert informs the audience that this time the killer is driven by nostalgia. Who would have thought that? Scam 7, I Know Who You Copied From Last Weekend by Kevin Williamson, who has been rehashing his same script in verse since the first movie. Besides I Know What You Did Last Summer, he also shed out Scream 2 and 4, of which this is practically a sequel, received for its excessive constant referencing the old Scream movies, deservedly devastating reviews across the board. It is officially considered by far the weakest in this series, and in my opinion only season 3 of the TV series is worse, but still made its $45 million budget already in its first week, more than 2 times worldwide back, and is considered a commercial success. The plot feels so contrived it almost hurts. For example, they escape into a panic room at one point, only to immediately, for reasons, leave it again. Through a hollow wall? For artificial drama, Sydney supposedly withholds something vital from her murderous past from her daughter, supposedly doesn't want to talk about it, something Tatum constantly accuses her of. Yet she has written an entire book about that very past. There's also a film series, the Step movies, interviews, documentaries, etc. So what exactly is she hiding from her? In the end, the main killer, her neighbor, who even kills her own son, turns out to be a disappointed fan or something like that. And she rambles on about how Sydney was supposed to be in New York, so in the last movie. And now she wants to make Tatum the new final girl, which, like everything else so far, makes absolutely no sense. I really have no idea what motivated her or the other 2 unknown killers to perform their incredibly complicated actions. Like, for example, from all things, faking Stu's survival in a psychiatric hospital? What for? He contributed absolutely nothing to the course of events.